Hey people, this is Sharpino here. Welcome you guys to the quarterfinal playoffs for the PMC Season 2. So today we are taking on the Dallas Staryus. Now unfortunately, much like week 12, I actually had to go ahead and do this battle while I was at work, and that means this is going to be a replay, so I do apologize for that. As you guys can see, there was no team builders or anything this week, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a team builder now, but I'll leave a time down below, so if you want to skip the team builder, go straight to the battle, you're more than welcome to. So, looking at this match here, we have a lot of threats on the team here. Just to quickly run through some of the threats that Dallas has on his team, because I mean, like I said, the last time we versed his team, we did get destroyed like 5-0 because he swept us with the weakness policy new. And honestly, I would not like to go through that again. But just to go through some of his team here, he has the Mew, he has the Glysker, he has the Scolipede, the Togekiss, the Chandelure, the Kingdra, the Roserade, the Absol, the Manectric, the Booflin, and the Mega Gallade. So, much like last time, a lot of threats we need to take into consideration. However, this time we need to be a bit more careful with our movements because of certain tech builds, what have you. Looking at this team here, so this is what we've brought and why we brought it. First off, we have Talonflame, Animate Gale, Shaft Beak, Flare Blitz, Brave Bird, Will-O-Wisp, and Roost. Honestly, Will-O-Wisp is just good just to get the burn on things like Scolipede, against things like Glysker, Booflin, I would say even more so, and even the Gallade, just to shut it down, just to make sure it's not going to be a threat to anything on my team. Next we have on our team, we have Mega Sableye, the Bold set with Dark Pulse, Will-O-Wisp, Recover, and Carmine, so this is just basically the setup version of the Sableye here. Reason for that is because his team does tend to have a lot of setup, so I mean, I guess if we want to set up as well, I guess it wouldn't be an issue. Biggest problem I can see on this team here is obviously that Togekiss can definitely be an issue. Also, if Mew is offensive and packed doesn't gleam, even Roserade can pack doesn't gleam. So we just need to make sure that if we're going to set up, we're going to make sure that all essential threats are gone. Next we have Doublade here. I need to stick in my throat. Next we have Doublade, Brave Natured, Eviolite with Shadow Sneak, Garaball, Sacred Sword, Sword Stance. So really, same set as we've been running before, but this time we're just going to be a bit careful with using Shadow Sneak things like Mew, or something things like that could possibly have weakness policy, because the last thing I want is to give a baton passer a weakness policy passed on to something like Togekiss, the Kingdra, something like that. We don't want that. Next we have our Scarf Krookodile, Jolly Moxie's Choice Scarf version, same as we've been running for the last 6 weeks or so. Earthquake, Crunch, Stone Age, Superpower. It's the standard set against this team here. Next we have Celebi, Team Choice Specs. Now this is me and Vert were actually talking about this, and Vert actually suggested I run Choice Specs and Trick. And the reason why he said Trick was because, basically because a lot of his Pokemon seem one set up on me, we can go ahead and if something like Mew, like last time, how it only had 4 non-offensive moves, if we can get locked into something with Choice Specs and it can't do anything, that'd be great. Only issue is if it's not a defensive Mew, then we have a problem. So we've got Leaf Storm, Psychic, Earth Power, and Trick. So that is our Celebi there. And then finally we have ourselves a Suicune. This is meant to be just for the Kingdra. The Kingdra is the biggest threat on this team there as far as sweeping us, because basically Laser Berry makes a focus energies or defocus energies under a sub. It's going to be trouble for us. So we calc this, and this will take a Draco Meteor. At most it would do about 50%, just over 50%. So come HP, Special Defense, Assault Vest, we're ready to take it with the Mirror Code to bounce it right back. So Skull, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, and Mirror Code. And the Shadow Ball is more so for things like Mew, I guess Chandelure, but we've got Skull for that. So really, it's just there. Even Mega Gallade as well, because I mean Mega Gallade is in fact a Psychic type. So with that said, we'll be right back now, and I'll bring ourselves to the team, the Wi-Fi battle. Alright guys, we're back. Let's get into this replay right here that we have in store for you guys. I gotta turn this volume way down here. So I start things off with Celebi, expecting him to start with either the Mew or the Roserade here. And sure enough, he did start with the Roserade. We go for a Psychic. He's gonna swap straight out and bring in Twilight, which is his Glysker here. Glysker! And we fire off the big Psychic. Boom! And we do that Choice Specs damage. Dope! So now we've got Psychic, he's going to go ahead and swap out now, and probably, I think he swaps back into Mew. And this is where things get a little bit tricky here. So we go for the Psychic. As you guys are going to watch, it's going to do absolutely nothing to me, because that proves to me that it is in fact a defensive set. So we go ahead, swap out, and we're going to bring in Doublade, because if I know this Doublade here, if I know this Mew from last time, all it's basically going to do is set up. And sure enough, it does go for the barrier. So pretty much, we already guessed from this that this is going to be the exact same set as it was from the last time. So now she's got, now he has 2 barriers up. We go for a Garble. We should have gone for probably a Sword Dance at this point. But we get to get a critical hit on that Garble, so that actually made things worthwhile. But we're going to see this Mew go ahead and go for a Baton Pass, and I'm thinking, okay, possibly the King Drop, but nope, go ahead and bring in Tone Kiss, which is actually a bit surprising. But we decided to go ahead and go for the Sword Dance anyways. And we go for a Garble here, but she actually goes, so he goes for a Nasty Plot. So he's obviously trying to prep for something, I don't know what. But we go for a Garble with now +2 defense, basically attack and defense wise. So we think we're going to go for another Garble. And it's taking got Shadow Ball. And I'm like, okay! Probably should have gone for Shadow Sneak, but you know what? We weren't expecting the Shadow Ball, so we probably should have gone for Shadow Sneak. But we're going to bring back in the Celebi now. We are Choice Specs. He's going to go ahead and swap out now. I'll probably bring back in the Glyska actually. So Choice Specs. So basically, he's giving up this Glyska at this point here. So we go ahead and fire for Psychic here, and this Glyska is out of here. So Celebi gets a kill this battle. Great job. Next is Slytherin, which is of course the Scolipede. Why is the volume going up? I will never know. Stop that. So we decide to swap out because we know the Scolipede will in fact outspeed. We bring in Talonflame here. And it's going to go ahead and substitute. And that was kind of bad, worst case scenario, but I couldn't risk the Mega Horn because Scolipede's base speed is 112, so we knew it was going to outspeed. We're going to go ahead, fire for a Brave Bird here. Brave Bird! Boom! Break that sub, and I was afraid of Slytherin going for a Rock Slide because, you know, they did get access to that. But he actually goes for a Baton Pass. So far, 2 Pokemon Team has revealed Baton Pass, Mew and the Scolipede, and brings in Mary Jane. Now, this should have been my first clue to get out, as soon as he brought in a Roserade. So, we go ahead and go for a Brave Bird, getting suckered into this strategy over here. Go for the Brave Bird, bring it down to the Focus Sash that it has on it. So, really, he had a plan with this Roserade, and it's going to work flawlessly as he goes for a Hidden Power Rock, which is going to decimate my Talonflame here. So, really, the Roserade was a check to Talonflame, and marvelous. Just, I couldn't fault him. It was a perfect plan, it worked perfectly. Next, we're going to bring in Krookodile here, see if we can try and get that Moxie boost. So basically, we can try to scare out the Roserade here. That we could also get some kills for Krookodile for the KTRs. Hey. So Roserade goes down here, so we're up by 1 at the moment. Moxie is going to trigger. Now, I just think he's going to swap back into Togekiss, which in fact he does. So we are now forced to swap out because we are Moxie into Choice Scarf into Crunch. Next, going to come in Celebi, and this thing's going to go for a Dazzling Gleam. So, really, it's a good thing that we decided to just swap out there. He gets a crit, though. Really unfortunate, but at this point, you know, I think that makes up for the Garble crit. So, next is going to come in the Mew here, and we actually go for a trick here, because at this point, I just wanted to lock this thing into something, because I expected the Mew to be swapped in. But, we get Choice Specs, we get a Weakness Policy. So, we pretty much confirm that this thing was, in fact, a defensive set that he brought from Week 6. We go for Leaf Storm, we lose our special attack, and Fetal Attack, which is the Mew, is down and out. Next, he's going to bring in Slytherin. Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky. I'm now forced to stay in Psychic because this thing's going to keep setting up Substitute. Pretty much what I got that from our first turn. So I'm pretty much just going to keep going for Psychics, just to burn out this, this Scolipede here. So Substitute fades. And if he wants to do it, that's fine. Like, basically, Celebi at this point is pretty much done what it's need to do. So, excuse me. So basically, I'm just letting it go here. I'm going to keep him for Psychic just so he has no chance to go ahead and do that. Now, here's where I fuck up here. I fuck up here real bad. He goes for the Speed Boost pretty much every turn. Now, instead of hitting Psychic once again, I've gone ahead and hit Trick. And this Lancer Berry activates to get it all pumped up with Focus Energy. And I'm thinking, fuck, this is bad. So now we've pretty much just wasted a turn. So there's a baton pass, and I'm thinking, dear God, it's that fucking Kingdra that's going to come in now. It's Focus Energy, all pumped up, and we pretty much will probably lose this game because of that. So we go for a Psychic, and we realize that Psychic isn't enough to break us up, and I'm like, fuck. But he goes for Focus Energy. He forgot that his Lancer Berry triggered. So he pretty much gave us a turn to break this up, and that turn really mattered. It really did. We're going to see a Flash Cannon come through here. I'm not even going to question it. I know it's going to die. It's a crit. Surprise. Good God. Oh. But we're going to go ahead and bring in Suicune, because Suicune is our answer to this Kingdra over here. So we are Assault Vested, max HP, max per def, as I said in Team Builder. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to get a Dragon Meteor here. A crit Dragon Meteor should do just about 50%. And then we Mirror Code it to send it right back to the owner. Look at that. Look at that. Eat it up. Eat it up. Mirror Code. Pooh. Boom goes the Dynamite. Down goes Bojack. Bitch. Next up is Slytherin. Now, at this point, I figured we'd just go ahead and go for a Skull here. And, oh, sorry, I swapped out here. What was I thinking? Oh, yeah, because we could preserve it. So I went in and bring in Sableye to pretty much take a Mega Horn here, because Mega Horn is probably the best move that this thing has. And we eat that up like delicious pancakes in the morning. I don't know where I got that image from. But we're going to go ahead and Mega Evolve here. Now, here's where I had things planned. I was going to go ahead and just fire off a Will-O-Wisp just in case he wanted to set up something. So we just go ahead and fire off a Will-O-Wisp here. If he wants to go for a Mega Horn, that's fine. If he wants to go for a Swords Dance, well, it would be pointless. Basically, if he wanted to try to set up on me thinking I wasn't going to do anything, well then, you know, we can do that. And we do get a kill with Mega Sableye on the Scholar P. So now, at this point, all he has left is this Togekiss here. Now, he goes for the Nasty Plot here. I probably should have gone ahead and swapped into Suicune at this point. But I went ahead and fired off for Will-O-Wisp. Now, this is where I think he messed up here. I mean, he gets the Lumberry off, which is great. But, in saying that though, he could have set up so easily on my Mega Sableye, but instead he decided to go ahead and get rid of the Sableye here. Just because really, Sableye against Togekiss really can't do anything. So we go ahead and bring in Suicune over here. God, I got a bit of a cold here. And we're going to go ahead and fire for an Ice Beam, but now he has to risk it, get 2 Nasty Plots up. Get that boost, get that boosty boost. We're going to go ahead and fire off an Ice Beam here. Now, he was obviously confident enough to survive at least 1 Ice Beam, because why else would he go for Nasty Plot? He's going to go for a Dazzling Gleam here, and a +4 Dazzling Gleam. Even as we are, we will not live it. Now, at this point, it is down 1-1. I didn't want to know if Crotch would get the kill. I went for the Stone Edge and landed, thank fuck. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a victory for the Senior Krookodiles. So we got our revenge against the team that beat us 5-0 really badly a couple weeks ago. And basically, yeah, I'm really happy that we made it through here. Next week we're going to take on the winner between the Great Lake Greninjas and the Oregon Ducklets. Now, if I had to pick which team I would rather face off against, it would probably be the Oregon Ducklets. But if I know the way things are, I'm pretty sure the Great Lake Greninjas will in fact win. We'll have to verse them again. And seriously, that team really scares me because it has so many, every one of them on last time we battled had substitute. It's just like, fuck off with the substitute, you son of a bitch. But that is the quarterfinals for the PMC here. Stay tuned for the semi-finals, which comes up next week. Hopefully, we can make it to the grand finals. Me and Verd do have this little pact that we hope we can make it an all-Aussie grand final. But we get too ahead of ourselves because we do have a few big matches coming up. So stay tuned next week for the Wi-Fi battle. Hopefully, it'll be a live Wi-Fi battle, not a replay. I do apologize for this, but unfortunately, because of work and everyone's time zones and everything else, this is what we had to do. So until the next time I see you guys, stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Later!